Hi, this is Glenn Roseberry. Welcome to Glenn in 10, our video channel that we have talking about our ministry and my ministry here as a missionary in Tanzania in Africa. Been here, I guess, about 11 years now, and I just thought I would share some things with you I've never shared with you before. First of all, I want to show you a book. How's that for strange? We actually have to make kind of a picture book every year for the government, and we submit this book with pictures of the works that we've done this year, and also an audit. We have to pay an independent auditor every year to come in and look at our books and really verify that we're nonprofit and all of this kind of thing. So anyway, I thought it'd be fun this year. I'm kind of happy with the book that we made. Our guys did a great job. And I thought I would let you see the book, but I want to let you know that if you'd actually like to have a copy of this book when I come to America, if you'll let me know in the comments section of the YouTube channel, that I'll bring you one, and I'll be sure to get it to you and everything. So anyway, they just cost us a couple of dollars. Getting things done over here is pretty cheap. Labor in particular is very inexpensive, so we can afford to do that. This is the cover of the book. We have an NGO. I know a lot of you think of us as from only the angle of being a church, and of course we are. Our church's name is Kingdom Driven Ministries of Tanzania, and that's where we go out and do the Lord's work, making disciples and planting house churches. However, we are required to get our visas through an agency, and we decided to start our own. So this is our NGO. NGO stands for non-governmental organization, and all over the world that means basically that you're a nonprofit. And so this is our little logo here that we have. And that's who I get my visas through, and who I get visas through for other people. So I'm able to file for my own visa through our own NGO, so it sure makes things nice for us. And so we've decided to dedicate our NGO to doing work for the least of these, our brethren, widows, orphans, and the suffering, just like our church is targeted at anyway, as well as making disciples. So I hope you enjoyed taking a look at this little book, and we're just going to go through it together. It's just a few pages. We start out with the table of contents. I'm going to turn this around and read it to you. The table of contents has an introduction, then medical assistance and volunteer team, a report on what we do there. Then we talk about our food program. Our next page is our deep water well we drilled this year. The next thing we talk about is our agricultural assistance, our community assistance. I'll explain that as we go. Our new sewing program, as well as our purses program, where our ladies learn how to make, and we are selling purses, and we're really excited about that. This is our introduction page. Asif is going to make sure that you guys can see the page real good from where you're at. But I just want to go over the book with you for those of you that don't want to have an actual copy, and let you know what it says. We have a beautiful collage of pictures of us doing different things, and this is what it says. 2022 was a most eventful year for our Kingdom Matters organization. With the absence of COVID restrictions on travel, we had a large team of doctors, dentists, and volunteers come to work for 1 week of medical assistance. We also had visitors that came to assist us in our most significant project to date, a deep water well. We're so excited about that. We served more people than ever before, created more opportunities for Tanzanians to succeed, and saved more lives as we increased our work among the sick and malnourished. In this booklet, you will see some of the most exciting work we've ever done. Karibu, that's Swahili for welcome. On the next page here, you're going to see some pictures that we're going to show you. And these are pictures of dentists, optometrists, medical doctors. We're pulling teeth and just doing all kinds of things here in these pictures. And this is representative of our mission trip that we had this year. Let me tell you all about it. And it also gives you a taste of what we do in our medical ministry altogether, because we help a lot of folks. Let me read you the statistics. First subtitle, medical assistance. Over the course of the year, our medical assistance program helped 1,772 Tanzanians with a variety of medical needs, providing transportation to dispensaries and labs for testing, prescription medicines, wound care, and surgeries, all at no cost. From cancer to HIV, malaria to diabetes, we attended to the needs of more patients than ever before. We added more vehicles for carrying the sick and injured, and even served as ambulance provider in an emergency capacity. But there was even more this year. We had a volunteer medical team come. This year we had 10 volunteers from the United States come and serve the sick and suffering. Dentists, medical doctors, and volunteers worked alongside Tanzanian dentists, doctors, and even vaccine nurses to provide a huge volume of health care in 1 week of service. This year, for the first time ever, we included optometrists on our mission trip and served hundreds of patients for eye exams and provided many pairs of glasses, as well as identified those that needed surgery. We had over 720 patients sign in to be helped, and that resulted in 686 exams. Of those exams, some people went on to see and be served by multiple healthcare providers. Medical doctors saw 474 patients. Dental professionals saw and treated 130. Optical examined 268, and over 1,603 prescriptions were distributed and paid for just during that 1 week. The Tanzanian government provided vaccine nurses and offered free COVID vaccines. We're excited to be putting in a system for this next year that will allow us to track more closely what types of specific treatment patients receive. On the next page, we talk about our food program, and there we're going to show you many pictures. We take care of a lot of widows. We're estimating, I'm going to say sitting here right now, we probably take care of about 250 to 300 widows that we provide all kinds of assistance for. And this first way of helping them I want to share with you is about our food program. Working alongside our local elders and chairpersons, we have identified and continue to provide much needed food to the suffering in our area, including our widows, students, and the sick. We are now serving over 1,000 food packages and meals a month. We continue to find the elderly being neglected and hungry, and are striving to assure that there are no people suffering from hunger in our area. The next page I have that in our booklet, and I'm very excited to show you the pictures on this video, is our deep water well. Guys, I just can't tell you how necessary this was. We were in the middle of about a 3-year drought. Our seasonal streams had not seen water in 3 years. Most wells that are hand dug in the area, we are able to access water in really less than 30 feet and get a good amount of water. It's very high in fluoride, however, and that eats your teeth out and causes cancer. I know you don't know that because they put a little fluoride in your water there. For example, in America, a little bit's okay, a lot is not, and this is hundreds of times more than what you're used to getting in your good water, for example, in the United States. So we were so happy this year that some people joined together and purchased a deep water well for us to be able to provide water not only for ourselves but for our neighbors. Now let me read you what the book says about that. These past 2 years have seen a significant shortfall in rain in our regions. Our own hand-dug well, as well as many of our neighbors' wells, were insufficient for the needs of the community. We worked with sponsors and our NGO home office in America to raise enough funds to drill a 500-foot deep well and now have more than enough water for ourselves and our neighbors. It is our hope and plan this year to expand our property and include a large tank to share our water with the entire community in our little hamlet called Ngariko. I want to kind of pause at this point and let you guys know we are trying to raise money to buy a little piece of land right here next to our land so that we can put a big tank and pump the water from the well into a tank right out by the road so our neighbors can come and get it. and also have a filter to take a little bit of the fluoride out of our water as well. There's not as much as there is in the groundwater, and the water's pristine clean, but we do need a little filtering to make it perfect for people to be able to drink. If you would like to donate so that we can help spread this water to the rest of the community, we'd sure love to hear from you. And I'll put a link down in the description so you can make a donation for that project should you decide to do so. We'd sure appreciate it, and I know our neighbors would. Next, we have our agricultural assistance. Now, we've been doing that almost as soon as I got to Tanzania. Being in a farm community, we realized the easiest way to assist people was to assist them with their farming needs. We continue to find new ways to introduce new sources of protein, nutrients, and animals to benefit those in need in our area. As usual, we are working to plow and plant hundreds of acres in our area and providing services for the community at large with our new tractor and trailer. We have added rabbits to our annual program to supplement our existing goat and chicken projects. Some brothers helped us a couple of years ago with a John Deere tractor. Who would have thought you could get a John Deere tractor here in Tanzania? And many of our widows have a small plot of land, but all they've got is a little hoe, like you can see in some of these pictures, in order to till the land with. And now with our tractor, we're able to go out and really plow the way it needs to be plowed in order to do some great farming for them. And what a great help it is to the elderly and the suffering in our area not to have to plow for themselves. The next section in our book is called Community Assistance. And as you might imagine, there's a lot of other people in our area that wouldn't normally directly be touched by our ministry that do have needs. I'll give you a classic example. Is right up the road, the Catholic Church has a leper colony, and boy, I'm just going to tell you, knowing how Jesus loved and helped and healed the lepers, when I heard there was a leper colony, I knew one way or the other I was going to get down there and get involved, and we have. Believe it or not, the sister down there, her name is Teresa, so I've kind of got a Mother Teresa down there. Looks nothing like Mother Teresa in our history books, but she lets us know when they run out of food, run low, and gives us opportunities and tells us the best way we can help and serve them. So this year and last year we took some bricks for them to build some bathrooms, and we assist them with food all the time. Also, as you can see in the pictures here, we've also helped a dispensary being built in our area, and also one of the primary schools. But there's many other places we've helped as well. We've helped other schools, and last year we spent quite a bit of time improving the roads in our area because things were so bad here in transportation-wise. This has been our biggest year yet in helping with community projects. Since greatly improving the roads in our area last year, we have intensified our community help by providing bricks, cement, and transport to build schools, a new infirmary, and next on the agenda, a government building for the newly planned Audited Administrative Building. I've been told that I'm going to be allowed to go down, and not only are we going to deliver some cement for them to build this government building, but the president of Tanzania is going to be in there. And if things go as planned, I'm going to get to kind of get my picture taken with the president, shaking her hand. By the way, we have a female Muslim lady that is a head of our government here, and we think she's doing a nice job, and we're praying for her. And I'm going to get an opportunity to meet her, and I look forward to that. Hopefully I'll show you pictures of that next year. And then we start our sewing endeavor. We were so excited about this. Rahil's wife, Gulnaz, is an excellent seamstress. We have a few excellent seamstresses, it turns out, in our ministry. And she volunteered to start teaching sewing classes. And let me tell you and read to you about this, and then I may add a comment. We're very excited to have added several ladies to our sewing classes this year. We have a standing offer to our ladies that want to sew. If they will study and work hard and learn to sew a dress that is worthy of selling on the market to others, we will buy them a sewing machine, rent them a space, and start them a business. We have had 3 ladies qualify for the new businesses, but these businesses didn't start until this year, 2023, and this booklet's about what we did last year in 2022. So more pictures will follow next year where you can see the ladies actually at their businesses. but several more ladies, they didn't learn quite well enough to be able to sew and sell dresses and things, but they learned how to sew well enough to provide for their family's needs. And we also helped them, though we didn't start them a business, we provided them with scissors and materials and other things to help them get started, just to take care of their own family. So we provided them with scissors, thread, materials, supplies, things like buttons and this kind of stuff. The last thing that I've got in here is our purses. A lot of people, and a lot of older people, and the handicapped, they're unable to sit at a sewing machine and sew. And some of them for reasons of hand coordination, hand-eye coordination, or maybe just their vision, even with glasses, they find it really difficult to be able to sew, and certainly are not able to follow patterns and cut fabric and things like that. So we sourced out and figured out a way to buy some things so that we could begin hand-making purses. Let me tell you about that. Many of our older women can't see well enough to sew, or may not be able to cut material or make patterns. For them, we have located and sourced supplies to make purses, to sell locally and internationally. These ladies have mastered making these purses, and we were successful last year in selling them for the ladies while I was in America. Hundreds of dollars were distributed to our ladies and disabled men that participated in the work. We now have set them up a business of their own, and they are providing for themselves with income and a future, making and selling these purses. We're so proud of them, and we're so happy that we're able to help them in this endeavor. And that's the end of our booklet. I hope you enjoyed today. I know this is a little bit different. When's the last time somebody read to you on a YouTube video? But I hope you enjoyed the pictures and you got something out of it today, a little better understanding about what we do, and perhaps even saw that there's accountability here in Tanzania for those of us that are nonprofits and NGOs. For example, the booklet I shared today, and also the audit we have done every year. I know a lot of times when we give to people, we're concerned about what's going on with the money and how it's spent. And so I just want you guys to know that we're audited every year. It's submitted to the government here. And we're pretty transparent about that. It is in shillings, Tanzanian shillings, so it's not the easiest thing for Americans to read, but we do have that. And if somebody ever wanted to see it, we'd be happy to share portions of it, if not all of it, and so that you can take a look and see what we do. Thank you so much for supporting us and watching our video. Please tell your friends about us and help us increase our subscribers to Glenn in 10. And if you would, and you haven't already done it, if you would, click the subscribe button, share it on YouTube or Instagram or whatever versions of social media you have, and tell your friends about it, because we'd sure like to share with you how we're expanding the kingdom of God one disciple at a time, and how we're serving the least of these, our brethren. God bless you. Hope to see you again soon. This is Glenn saying goodbye.